Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer, Mastering the Art of AI Instruction Techniques. We've literally all been there, right? Staring at a screen, totally bewildered, wondering why the AI completely and utterly misunderstood what we were asking for. Well, if you want to get the absolute most out of artificial intelligence, you really have to know how to speak its language. So today, we're diving into the foundational concepts of giving clear instructions and providing context. Because as you're going to see, these are the absolute keys to effective AI communication.
How exactly do you talk to AI? It's a question we all have to ask ourselves now. I mean, have you ever asked an AI for a simple dinner recipe and somehow gotten a 10-page history lesson on the origin of the tomato instead? Yeah, it's a super common frustration. And it almost always happens because there's a fundamental communication gap. See, an AI isn't a human mind. It can't read between the lines or pick up on subtle cues. It's a model executing based entirely on the parameters you set. So the techniques we're exploring today, they act as the ultimate solution to bridge that gap, giving you total control over the exact output you receive.
Okay, let's dive into this by grounding ourselves with a quick definition. Prompting techniques. Methods to communicate effectively with AI models by giving clear instructions and context. Now, these techniques aren't magic, right? They're simply the methodology for talking to these models. We do this by providing them with crystal clear instructions and the necessary context to actually complete a task. Think of prompting as, well, kind of like the steering wheel for these massive language models. These techniques are the absolute bedrock skills you need to successfully navigate literally any AI interface out there. So let's jump right into Technique 1, Instruction Prompting. This is our first building block, and honestly, it's the most basic, straightforward way to communicate with an AI.
Instruction prompting is all about directly telling the AI what task to perform using clear, simple, and action-oriented language. It is exactly what it sounds like. To master this one, you really want to lean into that action-oriented language. You aren't giving the AI a sweeping, epic backstory here. You are giving it a specific job to do. The goal is precision. Basically, the fewer words you use to give a definitive command, the better the AI can parse exactly what needs to be executed. Let's look at the specific purposes of instruction prompting and exactly when you'd want to deploy it. First off, it gives straightforward commands. Second, it is hands down the best method for simple and direct tasks where nuance just isn't required. And third, it helps the AI understand exactly what is expected of it. It eliminates ambiguity, leaving zero room for interpretation. Because here's the thing, if you leave a gray area, the AI will try to fill it, and usually it won't be in the way you want. And this brilliantly illustrates what that looks like in practice. Take a look at this prompt. Summarize this article in 3 sentences. Notice the anatomy of this request. It relies on a highly specific action, summarize, and a strict measurable constraint, 3 sentences. Notice what's missing? There's absolutely no conversational fluff. It just tells the system exactly what to do and exactly how to format the outcome. And voila. The AI creates a short summary with exactly 3 sentences. Because the instruction was so unbelievably unambiguous, the result is exactly what you asked for. A simple command yields a perfectly restricted output. When you strip away all that conversational filler and just focus on the action verb and the constraint, the AI operates flawlessly. It's a beautiful thing. Let's look at a second example here. Translate the following sentence into French. How are you today? Again, notice the structure. It's a highly direct, action-oriented request. It specifies the exact operation, translate, and the target language, French, right before providing the actual text. There is absolutely no confusion about what the AI needs to execute in the scenario. And boom, the AI provides an immediate, accurate result. Comment allez-vous aujourd'hui? This completely reinforces why instruction prompting is so incredibly effective for quick, direct tasks. You ask for a translation, you get a translation. No guessing, no overthinking on the AI's part. It really is the ultimate tool for pure utility and speed. Okay, let's move to and see how this builds into Technique 2, Contextual Prompting. While instruction prompting handles the basics, sometimes your AI needs to do some heavy lifting, and that requires a completely different approach.
Enter contextual prompting. This is all about providing background information or context before asking the AI to perform a task to generate more relevant responses. By adding these background layers, you're essentially guiding the AI's thought process. Think of it like, well, like briefing a contractor before they build a house for you, right? They need to know the landscape, the budget, your personal style before they ever start pouring concrete. This kind of pre-briefing helps the AI generate a much more relevant and accurate response. So, what are the purposes of contextual prompting? When do you actually use this? Well, it's your absolute go-to for improving accuracy using background details. It is your most powerful technique for personalized or highly situation-specific tasks. Those times where a generic cookie-cutter answer just won't cut it. And finally, it's incredibly useful when you're having detailed, ongoing conversations with an AI model. It essentially sets the guardrails for the entire interaction. Let's look at how this actually plays out. Check out the framing here. I am a beginner learning Python programming. Explain loops in simple language. Listen to that first sentence. Before the actual instruction is even given, the user establishes a clear identity. They are framing the AI's perspective and setting a baseline for the kind of vocabulary it should use. Only then do they give the instruction. And providing that background information fundamentally changes the game. The AI explains loops using beginner-friendly examples and simple terminology. Instead of spitting out a highly technical, dry definition of Python loops that would totally confuse a novice, the AI completely adjusts its approach. It's a far more relevant, accurate, and tailored response, all because of that crucial initial context. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we completely flip the script. Instead of explaining who you are, you assign the AI a role. You are helping a small bakery promote its products online. Write an Instagram caption for chocolate cupcakes. That context completely alters how the AI is going to approach the following instruction. You're literally giving the AI a persona to inhabit. Because the AI was given that specific role, the result isn't just some generic description of cupcakes. The AI creates a targeted marketing caption entirely suitable for a bakery business. It suddenly understands the tone, the target audience, the platform itself. It really just goes to show that contextual prompting is the ultimate way to achieve personalized, situation-specific goals without having to micromanage every single word of the output. Moving on to choosing the right tool. To really master your AI communication, you have to view these two techniques as essential, distinct instruments in your tool belt and know exactly when to pull each one out. So the crucial point is really captured in this comparison. Think of this as your ultimate cheat sheet. When the task is simple and direct, use instruction prompting for straightforward commands. Be precise, cut the fluff. But when your task is personalized or situation-specific, you absolutely must switch to contextual prompting and provide that necessary background information. Matching the right technique to the right task, that is the secret sauce for unlocking incredible, consistent outputs. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a provocative thought. Are you giving your AI the context it needs to truly work for you? Next time you sit down to interact with an AI and you don't get the result you want on the first try, ask yourself that question. By mastering these two core prompting techniques, you are taking full, complete control of the tools at your disposal. You're no longer just hoping for a good response, you're engineering one. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into AI communication. Now, go give it a try.